On Friday night at the RMU Island Sports Center, the Colonials opened their weekend set against the Sacred Heart Pioneers with a 6-2 loss. The first time ever the Pioneers have come in to Neville Island and come out of here with a victory. I'm Matt Gajtka, and this is your RMU Rink Report. The Colonials showed great signs of life through 40 minutes of play. They came back from being down 2-0 early on, didn't let that discourage them. They kept plugging away. Luke Lynch scored a goal late in the first. Aiden Spellacy got one early in the second, but Sacred Heart poured on the last 4, including 3 in the final period. And according to head coach Derek Schooley, the way the game went was justified because his team didn't keep up its level of play after the opening minute of the third.
I thought for 40 minutes we were outstanding. I thought we played with pace, we played with energy, we were enthusiastic, played down in their end. We had the scoring chances at 15 to 7 through 2 periods. And we got impatient with the process. We got impatient with putting the puck in. We got impatient with doing things the way that we had been doing it. We needed to all of a sudden score in the first minute. And instead of continuing to stick with what had worked for 40, we got outside of what we were doing.
Special teams were also the story of the evening. RMU going scoreless on its 5 power play attempts. Meanwhile, Sacred Heart pulling away in the third with a couple of quick goals, early conversions on their advantages, and making this one into a 4-goal margin by the end. Sacred Heart now 2-1 on the season against Robert Morris. RMU had never lost to Sacred Heart coming into this season. And as Coach Schooley said, with the way that RMU has piled up the wins and the championships in this league this decade, they're not going to get any kind of leeway from teams who have traditionally finished below them in the standings.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. We've won a lot of hockey games in this league the last 5 years. And we beat this team a lot of times in the history of our program, and rightfully so. They had a long celebration in that third period. The wheels fell off the bus pretty quickly.
On the positive side for RMU, they get to come back out here on this ice surface behind me tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock for the rematch against Sacred Heart. Motivation will be high, obviously, with the Colonials having dropped 4 in a row and 4 in a row on home ice, but also because next week's an off week. They don't want to go into the break with a couple of losses to think about. So we'll see you right here. I mentioned 4:05 face-off. Get all the coverage, including your Rink Report at rmucolonials.com.